minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. Robin, I don't know how many years ago it was, but one time, a long time ago, we went on the Withlacoochee rail-to-trail bicycle trail, which runs from Citrus Springs. I think it's like 49 and a half miles or something like that. It ends, or maybe it's longer than that now. It was so long ago that we did this. And so we rode 50 miles, just to make a long story short, and we went the first 25 in 3 hours. And once you get to the halfway point, it's like, what's the point in turning back? It's the same distance. So we went the other 25 in 6 hours, and I don't think my butt ever hurt as much as it did after that. And nor do I think that the fish and chips ever tasted better. We found like a Long John Silver's or something after that. It was just really good.
It was great.
There's a couple of agencies in this town that I love, and there are varying reasons why I love them. I love hospice for personal reasons, and as well as just for the normal reasons, which you meet nice people and you know they're doing great things. And so obviously the personal ones are way heavier on me. When I hear about hospice trying to do something, I want to help. Hospice helped my mom and my dad as they were toward the end of their lives. I know they helped Robin's family in a few cases. And Karen Haven is a name that's been synonymous with hospice for a long time now. So Karen is in the studio, and there's a bicycle thing. That's why I brought up the whole bicycle thing. The Hospice of Marion County 8th annual Frank Polack Bicycle Ride fundraising event is happening Saturday, May 16th at 8 a.m., and I think the shortest is 30 miles, if I remember right.
So 30.
Karen, you think? I don't know. Well, Karen is here, and she's going to introduce us to all of her guests. So good morning, Karen. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having us here this morning.
Thank you for what you do. I mean, hospice is so outstanding and so beautiful. There's never been a person with hospice that I didn't just think was wonderful. So,
well, that's what I want to hear. I've been with Hospice in Marion County for 14 years, and people always come up and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for what you do. I do the fundraising. It's our hospice nurses that do the compassionate.
It's a team, though. It's a team.
It is a team. I agree with you.
But
it
you know,
is a team.
The philosophy that I learned from you actually applies in so many different things in my life. You know, like right now, my dog is 14 years old. She's got gigantic tumors, and one day I'm going to go home and she's not going to be there, or I'm going to have to make that decision to have her. So, but I have that philosophy that I got from you guys.
Well, it touches me that you say that, because people don't realize, a lot of people don't want to talk about hospice because it's death, but that's life. That's part of life.
Right.
And we are there to help people in the toughest time of their life make the best decisions for their loved one and give compassionate care to their loved one and be there for the family, like you're talking about, family support.
Yeah.
Because you're physically and mentally exhausted.
You were mentioning to your guests that Robin and I showed up and did some music for one of the hospice nurses who is now also a hospice patient.
Correct.
And when Joe Niles asked us to do this, I said, oh my goodness, polka music for people who are dying? It just sounds weird. I don't know. Is this going to work? But of course it did. Everybody was here, was happy and having fun. So.
Right. And that was Joey's last one of her bucket list requests. And yes, it was happy. It was wonderful. And it also showed how our community comes together. And what a great community that we have with the police department, with Joe, with the Harley Club. It's just amazing.
So I couldn't even go 30 miles on a motorcycle, let alone a bicycle.
Well, you have time because the motorcycle ride is November 7th, so you've got time for that. You only have 2 weeks for the bicycle ride, though.
Yeah, I know.
But, we wouldn't be doing the bicycle ride if it wasn't for Ocala Eye. And so next to me is Don Cushing. He is the CEO of Ocala Eye. They've been our presenting sponsor for 8 years, and thanks to the support of Ocala Eye, in the 7 years we've done the ride, we have cleared over $135,000 for hospice in Marion.
Wow.
So thank you, Mr. Don Cushing, for all you've done for hospice in Marion County.
Well, I think I will accept the thank you on behalf of Dr. Polack and his partners and
all of the 155 people or so of Ocala Eye. It's it's a privilege to be involved in this type of thing, and I think one of the things as the CEO that impresses me is that our two organizations, I think, share different values with respect to the way that we take care of our patients, the way we take care of our staff, and the way we participate in this community. And I think that probably those are values that Peter Polack learned from his dad, Frank, and the hospice was very, very helpful to his family in his dad's passing. So it seems sort of fitting for a whole bunch of reasons that we support this ride. And it's a nice thing to do. You know, I've done it twice.
Have you really? Which distance?
The 30-mile ride.
The 30-mile, okay.
And I do it every other year.
Really?
Because it takes a year for my butt to settle down. So
yeah, I bet.
So I'm having difficulty still sitting in this chair, so I'll be riding next year.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What kind of bicycle are you? Is it I don't know anything about bicycles, so.
Well, you know, the first year I rode a motorbike, which I rode across Nova Scotia in the 70s. And I put many, many miles on that bicycle all over.
There's no motor on it, right?
No.
Oh, it says motor when you the name.
The name, it's a French name.
Okay.
And in 1975, it was, the top-of-the-line bike. But, you know, it has 10...
You rode across Nova Scotia?
Yeah, with 11 children, adolescents.
Oh,
How far is that?
A long way.
Isn't it cold? Is it Nova Scotia cold?
Not in the summertime.
No?
No, it was a month. The bicycling was the easiest part of the journey. Remember I said 11 adolescents.
11 adolescents, yes.
I was glad to be on the bike.
Are there, on this ride that you're doing in a couple of weeks, is this in the roads? Is it on one of those trails that I mentioned? Because the trails has no cars.
We are on, we start out in the city and then we go out.
Are you riding?
No, I'm working, but I do ride. I do have a road bike. But we start out in the city at our main office, which is across the street from Ocala Eye, our neighbor, and then we go out into Marion County. But speaking of bikes, I need to introduce Chiggy, and I forgot your last name again. Chetwynd. And he, Santos Bike Shop.
Oh, you're the bicycle guy.
I'm
the bike guy.
Okay.
Right. They are our bicycle sponsor. Their shop is our bicycle sponsor, so he can answer all the bicycle questions.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm here for.
All right. Do I need a 10-speed? Do I need any speeds at all? I mean, why couldn't I just get the kind I had as a kid, just pedal and go?
Oh, the more gears you have, the more control you have over your cadence, which is how fast your legs are spinning. So it's all about comfort. But also, the more gears you have, obviously, the more terrain you can tackle as well. So if you're going up the hills, going down the hills, those gears help out all right.
Gosh, I love your accent.
Oh, thank you very much.
Where are you
All
from?
my life.
Where's that from? Where are you from?
I'm from Texas. No, I'm
I
kidding.
thought that was Texas. I'm going to say that from now on. People, where are you from? Well, that's Texas.
So can you teach people how to use the speeds when they buy the bicycles? Because I just, I had one, and I didn't really know how to use it, so I kept it in one gear all the
Absolutely.
time.
I mean, every bike's different. I mean, a road bike is going to be very different to a trail bike, and the way you operate them are going to be very different. But absolutely, if you ever come down and you're interested in buying a bike, my helpful staff will be more than happy to show you how it works.
Oh, wow. And so then you can fit the individual to a particular bicycle.
Oh, absolutely.
Then.
I mean, bikes come in a variety of sizes, based on height and, your size. But we also do bike fitting. So specifically for a road bike, which is a little bit more specific in terms of the fit,
Really?
we do fit services which tailor the bike to the person.
What is that
wonderful.
bicycle called where they sit down and their feet are in front of them?
You're referring to a recumbent.
What is it?
Recumbent.
Recumbent.
Yeah. And they either come usually in a 2-wheel version or a 3-wheel version. So if you want to be a little bit more stable, you can ride on a 3-wheel, sit back, relax, pedal in front of you.
Really?
Get them
So,
out
so here's my little story. Rob and I run this ride that I told you about. Now, this was 20 years ago, okay? This is not, we're 60 now, so 40. We're 40 years old. So a 70-year-old guy on one of those recumbents passes us.
Yes, he did.
I mean, 30 years older than us, and he's just passed us quickly, too.
So some of those guys are quick.
In fact, there were some roller bladers that passed us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
they
were
were faster than
back
us.
of the pack.
Are you a bicyclist?
No.
No? No?
Just around the neighborhood.
Oh, Chiggy, is that your real name? Is that what your mother and father named you when you were born?
Well, they often refer to me as Chiggy, but my real name is Alex. But
Oh, Alex. That's my son's name. is
Oh, really?
Alex.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Yeah, it is.
I highly recommend it.
It is.
You should call him Chiggy.
Mostly only the bank and my wife call me Alex anymore.
Who's Frank Polack? Who's that?
That is Peter Polack's dad. He was a physician, ophthalmologist, corneal specialist, and for people who are sort of ophthalmology geeks, he was one of the major sort of gurus in the field.
Really?
Yeah, he kind of wrote the book on how to take care of corneal disease. And so in the world of ophthalmology, he was world famous. He was at Shands in Gainesville for a number of years, had a private practice, and good family man, raised a bunch of great kids, one of whom benefits us today by following in his dad's footsteps. So I never had the privilege of meeting him. I noticed in the brochure he's pictured as a painter. I think
wow.
that's what he did in his retirement, and we have 2 or 3 of his pieces hanging in the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So again, he's passed on the legacy. Peter is also a corneal specialist, and I'm forever amazed. I've been in and around the ophthalmology business now for 30 years, and I'm still impressed with how complicated these diseases are and how difficult it is to differentiate one from another. One is a minor irritation and the other one makes you go blind. And not being able to understand the difference and understand the difference in time is a big deal. And frankly, I think I've said this on Buddy's show, but I came here from Portland, Oregon, and I came here specifically because of the talent of the doctors that were here in Ocala. I had options in New England and other places in the South, and Ocala I really didn't know existed. But when I saw who these people were, and a combination of not only being highly trained and skilled, but really decent human beings. And that's not always true in the medical profession where you get both,
really?
where you get both of those together. Well, they're thoroughbreds. They're pretty high-strung people in general. And so sometimes it's one or the other. It's either really nice and not that talented, or really talented and not that nice. So when you put both of them together.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Or sometimes the doctor is talented and the nurse is nice. So you can live with that.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, if you had to pick, you'd take talent over nice. But if you have to work with them every day, you'd want both.
I bet that's true. So did Mr. Polack, did he utilize hospice at the end of his life?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
Okay.
And I'm personally not familiar with all of the details, but I would imagine, since we've been sponsoring this ride for some time, that the family truly benefited. It's interesting. My dad just passed about a month ago after he was 90, and he lived a full life, and then he kind of decided he was done, and he died. But leading up to that time, as people get into frail health, and you're sort of moving through all of those questions and decisions,
Right.
and the fact that hospice as a movement, if you will, has taken roots in this country gives really great comfort to people, the children of the elders, who are sort of looking at the reality of one way or another. Life is a finite thing, and so. Even for someone in my position who I would say we all sort of lucked out. I mean, that's the best way, live every day and then go. But for those of us who have to take on those responsibilities, it's very comforting to understand that you have an option and ways to die in dignity, as opposed to being hooked up in a hospital.
That is really true. And hospice really was there not only in my case, for my mom and dad, but for me, for my brothers, for my sister. Well, my sister died actually also, but she wasn't in hospice care. We need to take a little break, and we will be right back. The 8th annual Frank Polack Memorial Bicycle Ride is coming up. If you want to sign up for this, we're going to find out how to do that when we come back, and just get excited about bicycles again. I've always loved bicycles. I'm not good at it, but I've always loved it. When I was a kid, that's the only thing I can remember everywhere I went, there was a bicycle. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, intervals of clouds and sun becoming breezy and less humid, the high 78 to 82. Tonight will be mainly clear and comfortable with a low of 56 and a few inland spots, 62 along the coast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy and pleasant, high 79 to 83. Saturday, nice with sunshine, high 78 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
If your toddler seems to end up wearing more of their food than they eat, don't freak. Messy eaters, we now know, they tend to pick up languages more easily. Instead, our biggest dementia risk boils down to the foods we eat. Stay away from red meat, butter, sweets, and fried food. If you're trying to make a good impression on a man, do not worry about small flaws in your appearance like a chipped fingernail or a stain on your shirt, because chances are he won't even notice.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business, because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
All right, 23 minutes after 10 o'clock. So there's a bicycle ride coming up. It's the 8th annual Frank Polack Memorial Bicycle Ride. It'll be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, if we did it, Robin, they would have to extend those hours a little bit.
Yeah.
They'd be done with their celebration, and we'd be pulling in, and
That's right.
and Karen would be waiting there. We thought you were dead. We weren't.
Don't laugh. That's happened before.
Oh, really?
I killed the mayor a couple years ago. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that would look good in letters to the editor.
Oh,
Your
no.
husband kills the
Mayor Gwynn did the whole thing? How far did he go?
No, it was
A different mayor?
yours, Randy.
Oh, Mayor, Randy.
Yes. Yeah.
Really? Well, he looks like he could do it. He looks like he's in shape.
He is in excellent shape. He was doing so well when it came to the split for the 30 and the 65. He thought, I'm going to do the 65 because I'm feeling so good.
Oh.
And by the time he finished the 65, he was not feeling so good.
Chiggy, how far can you ride?
I think the furthest I've ride all in one go, that is probably 120 miles.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Is that farther than Nova Scotia is wide?
That could be. Yeah.
It could be. Wow.
Let me look it up on Wikipedia.
Because Florida is not that wide.
I don't think so, no.
That might be the width of Florida. I don't know. But
Quite possibly be.
I guess it depends. If you went down to the Keys, well, I rode across Florida. I think I could do that one. Yeah.
Will you be riding, Chiggy, in the event?
Well, actually, during the event, we'll be providing mechanical assistance to all of the riders.
Oh.
So I'm going to have the luxury of being in a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
And we'll be riding around the course and picking up anyone who needs some mechanical assistance and helping them out.
Wow.
So will there be more than you as an escort?
Yeah, I'll be joined with two of my mechanics from the shop. and they'll be in their own vehicles as well, driving around, like I say, helping anyone out who needs them. And we expect people to get some punctures. That's the classic kind of mechanical problem that cyclists are going to have.
Right.
But we'll be there to help out with any other sort of problem.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And we have a phone call coming in, so here we go. Good. Everybody has their headset on? You can all hear me in your headset, right? Okay. Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling.
Hey, good morning. Larry Robin and the representative of hospice. Larry, I'm in and out of the truck, but I heard you say something that your experience with hospice was that they helped you, and people don't realize hospice is there for the living,
That's right.
These guys do great work. I only ride a bike with a start button. If it ain't got a start button, I ain't riding.
And you do a good job at riding that bike, Joe Niles.
Hey, Karen, good morning.
Hey.
Yeah, you know what? Go out there, even if you ride 1 mile, just go out there and do the event. I'll hang up. You guys have a great weekend. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
And you do so much too, Joe. Thank you. So is he right? I could just go, my distance? I don't have to go to the 30?
That's correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now I'll do it.
Wonderful. You could probably you have a bike, or we could get a bike for you from Santos Bike Shop?
Absolutely.
I was thinking Walmart, no? You don't like the Walmart bikes? No?
Nothing against them, but they're toys. They're not bicycles.
That's okay.
You could ride a bike and come back, and for breakfast we're having an egg and cheese wrap for breakfast.
Oh, that's all I need to know.
Is that before 8 o'clock?
Well,
breakfast, or how does that work?
The ride, we have a mass start at 8 o'clock, then everybody leaves. And the 30-milers will come back first, and then we give them breakfast. They're back about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then they'll have breakfast. And then the 65-milers will start to come back, and if they want breakfast, or they can have a chicken wrap for lunch, and then the 80-milers come back. And then you also get a massage. I don't know if you deserve a massage.
I'm not a massage guy. I don't know.
All right. I was going to say, for 1 mile, I don't think you deserve a massage.
It's just weird to lay down and somebody's rubbing you. It just,
Well,
it just, isn't that what it is?
I did grow up in Texas.
So for each ride, the people go half and then come back the other half. So that constitutes the full 30 miles or 60 or 80?
Well, I have honestly never ridden the route. Chiggy, do you know?
This is my first year sponsoring the event. Unfortunately, I haven't ridden the route yet either.
It's a big circle.
Yeah,
it's
basically,
a circle.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's easy if the wind's not blowing.
Oh, okay.
So like when you come by the airport.
The wind is always blowing.
The airport, it's kind of flat.
Oh, yeah.
The wind's blowing. So you turn into a kite and you go slow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Do you know, we experienced something, because back at that time when we were riding bicycles, we did a few of the trails. One of them is the Hawthorne-Gainesville Trail. And it's beautiful. It's just so pretty, and it's got all these hills, but it's got all these hills.
It's very hilly.
So I said to Robin, what we should do? We should find a flat one. That'll be easy. We can do the flat one. So we go down to St. Pete. There's a very flat one down there.
Very flat.
That was actually harder. It's harder because at least with hills, you work and then you can take a break.
You get to go down
on the other side.
That's the key thing there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have bicycle built for twos there too?
Bicycle
built for two people?
Tandems.
Yes, tandems. That's it.
Tandems,
you do have
Robin.
some tandems come through sometimes.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Tandems. So you have to say it like a Texan. Tandems.
Tandems, yes.
We have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. My name is Fletcher. I have a question. I have a specialized road bike. I have all the equipment, the shoes, the shorts, the shirt and everything, but no experience. Do you suggest for someone to go on one of these rides with no experience? Will they be able to make the trip, the journey?
All right. Good question.
I'll certainly say group riding is a very useful skill to have when you're in very close proximity to other riders. It can get a little bit hairy, so good handling skills are certainly important. But there are many local group rides in the area which you can go to, and they're all for free, and you can pick up on your group riding skills. The Ocala Cycling Club is definitely something to check out. They have group rides most days.
My goodness.
And you can learn skills of how to ride with the other riders.
Chiggy, thank you for coming in. Don Cushing, thank you for coming in. And Karen, thank you for all you do. Karen Haven at Hospice. I know we're out of time, but can you how do we get in touch to get involved? Call you?
You can call me at 873-7400 and call our main number at hospice. You can go to our website, hospiceofmarion.com, and click on events, and you can register there.
Okay. Karen and everybody in the room, thank you all for being here.
Thank you for what you guys do for our community. We appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. And we'll share this on Facebook so that everybody can see this later on.
Thank
okay. This is The Source. We'll be right back.
Heard himself. The prisoner, who was separated by a partition, said he heard Gray banging the walls of the vehicle.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland.
Baltimore Police Captain Eric Kowalczyk says a preliminary report will be handed over to the state's attorney tomorrow, but adds,
we cannot release all of the information from this investigation to the public.
Gray's family denies he was trying to hurt himself.
Fewer Americans asked for jobless help last week than at any other point since 2000. Weekly applications dropping to 262,000. And consumer spending, which accounts for more than 2/3 of economic activity here, up 0.4% in March. Fox News. We report, you decide.
At Napa Auto Parts, we got your car covered. Front to back, left to right. So whether you're looking for a driver's side window motor or a glove box light bulb, you can easily